Hello everybody, and welcome to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. So, if you're familiar with my channel and my LPs, then things are going to be a little bit different this time around. As I go to the settings and mess about with the game settings in order to get them to a good place, the format of this LP is going to be a little bit different than usual. In fact, I was planning on streaming this LP at first, but I decided against it. The long and short of it is, this game is very special to me. And I wish to give it the proper Let's Play format, as I also go through a new way that the game has been built with the remake by Bluepoint Games. I'll get more into it as we get to the actual gameplay, but it looks like my controls and camera and everything are good. Language is set to English, subtitles set to English. Camera is looking okay. For now, I'll just let the intro roll out. It's a pretty long intro, but I don't want to interrupt it, so let's get started.
Was you hick? Aurel yek for all. Could you be kuka? You solo I on do. You little cock. I use Yula Cordoloya. Aulik, Olazulam, Cos. Ilzozeri Ku Atzoko. Amnos Cludu. Laomism Wop. Was you a Diulas also? View houses is view. Ikolol Kizado you Lola. Islis Pozaiuku. Aumizukikyo. You are la Kika.
You call us. You believe you. I love you. You own you.
Dormi for Alula. Ostu Hailwa Wukiwaikwa. Ujes Yazur Zudoko was Nordekyo Wutira.
I will answer. I will be. You item. Dormi. Killed.
Is Kumku. It is all of you Iweriko. It's not ours amusement. Alu Tiklik. If the leads to Iso.
Was it's you know. Eureka always is I'm the cool. You equals you. And we no cool. You are the no. You do. Oh, you Chris.
Uranora.
Grayson could come around you. You are a good
Oil. I'll bet.
I was difficult. No certain kiss, no cuddle. On those around us. I worry continued. Error was no source. A well ready. Error to do.
You do. You bet Sanada.
Cool. I was no source. Oh, you are there, cry of sound. Was you and Bill, Oricum, Zula, Ukira Jura. Nosus, here where you lands, Kandu, Nukodo.
Oram.
Was not little. Were orange.
Only you do new.
It's where
I would join Iris. You will. Dance down.
So, in order to summarize the events that just happened, our character, Wanda, traveled to this forbidden land in search of a way to get his lover/sister, it's not very clear at this point, Mono, and find a way to resurrect her from the dead. When he enters this ancient ruin, he meets Dormin, a supposed greater being that can resurrect the souls of the dead. Wanda, of course, didn't travel alone because he has Agro, his trusty steed and companion. And with our deal with Dormin, if we can kill the 16 Colossi which these idols represent, then we can bring back our lover/sister. Again, it is not clear at this point, but maybe it'll become clearer later on. Anyway, I believe if we press X next to Aggro, then we will mount him. And I'm not quite used to the new control scheme. Is it X? Nope, X is to mount. Maybe it's circle, or maybe it's L3, maybe it's R2, maybe it's... No, that's how we stand up. This should be interesting. It's triangle, thank you, video game. Gotta get used to the modern control scheme that I want to try out. And now we go back into the beautiful yet desolate world that is Shadow of the Colossus. So, I said at the beginning on the menu that this LP format was going to be a bit different. As I get off aggro for a second. This is an important game to me, and it's an important game for a number of reasons. This was actually one of the first games I ever tried to LP in my Let's Play career on YouTube, and that was an age ago, and by an age I mean like 5 years. Back then, I was inexperienced, and those 3 episodes, I believe it was, never saw the light of day. And with the remake coming out, I figured there is no better time than now in order to not only experience this absolutely beautiful and special game to me personally, but also to see how far I've grown as a commentator and LPer. It just seems right to me. That's why originally I was going to stream it, and then I said, no, I have to do this as an LP now, otherwise I'm going to regret it. Also, I think, okay, if I hold triangle, then we can start running, and we can start heading towards the Colossus, which I know is in this direction. But if you hold your sword up to the light, you can see that the light gathers, and that pretty much signifies where the Colossus is. I'm really curious to see how the split is going to be on this game when it comes to people who know it and people that have played it, and also people that haven't played it. I am really curious to see how that turns out. Now, before we head further, there are a few things that I want to go through in terms of Wanda and his moveset. So, the game doesn't tell you a lot of the moves, which is done intentionally, so if you press R1 with the new control scheme, it seems that you can gather your sword and get the light in order to set your waypoint, or see where you need to go. Not really set a waypoint. I'm guessing square is still our attack, which is just a sword swing. If you jump and then press square, you do a lunging stab, which can be useful in very specific circumstances. I believe it used to be left and right on the D-pad, and it still is. We can gather. our bow, and what is it now? Let's see. Is it circle? Circle is our dodge. Is it square? Is it X? Is it triangle? That triangle's still aggro. Is it R1? R1. Again, getting used to the new control scheme that I want to try out. If you press R1, or hold it even, then you can draw your bow. And as an example, we can use it to get that fruit that's on the tree. And with this fruit, again, it's not R1. Is it X? Is it circle? No? Oh god, this is... Ah, god, come on. The game's not telling me how to pick up the fruit, and I'm guessing that's on purpose. R2? It's R2. We can increase our health by picking up the fruit. I'm not going to go too much into detail, but this world truly has nothing in it, and despite that, it is still really beautiful. Again, this LP is going to be a weird format, because this isn't... Don't think of this as a retrospective. This isn't a retrospective or a review. It's still an LP, and it's just going to be my own interpretation on this game and things that I want to talk about, which, you know, stuff that this game made me realize, and different conversation topics. It should be interesting, or at least I hope it's going to be interesting. But for now, let us head towards the den of Valos, the first Colossus that we need to take down. So the reason, again, going back to why I chose Shadow of the Colossus, and specifically this version, originally, of course, I was trying to LP the remaster, and because that was the best version of this game available at the time. You know, HD, it ran better, and so on and so forth. At the time, I was inexperienced, and then when I heard about the remake, I said to myself, this will be a great way to, one, do my own interpretation on the game, but also have a new fresh coat of paint and experience it in a completely new and different way. Mainly with, you know, the different control scheme that's a bit more modernized. You can actually still switch to the classic control scheme, but I want to try it with the new control scheme that they decided to implement. And see also the game with a new coat of paint, as it were, and new performance, and just experiencing this beautiful game all over again. Because this game is made by master recreators, and that being Bluepoint Games. And they have done a fantastic job from what little I've seen so far. So right now we're going through this little gauntlet as we get some of our basic climbing and controls down. And once we walk up here, we'll see our first Colossus. Hello, old friend. It's good to see you again. And you're looking better than ever. So that is Valos. He is about 70 feet tall. He's weighed just over 40 tons. And if you can believe it, he's one of the smallest Colossus in the game. But again, I'm not going to get into the details for this episode. I'm going to save it for a next episode. For now, let's draw our sword. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hold up my sword to the light, because if you hold up your sword when you're near Colossus, you'll actually find out where his weak points are in the form of sigils. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gain his attention by whistling. Right over here, big guy. That seemed to have gotten his attention, but I need a faster way, so how about we just tick him off a little bit. Oh yeah, that got him mad. Let's do this. I'd really appreciate it if you try and swing at me, because I need you to stay still for a second with your giant weight. Holy shit, he looks amazing. I know I really shouldn't be in awe right now because this thing is going to try and kill me. Way ahead of you, Dorman. I've already covered that. Okay. I don't even think that he needs to swing at me. I believe I can actually go to the back straight away, but I kind of just want to see the animation just for my own sake, because I want to see how different it looks, and he seems to be taking his time. Come on, Valos, I'm right here, buddy. I don't think he's even mad. Okay, no, now he's mad. Alright, right over here. So right here we got a minor sigil. It's not the big one that we need to find, but if we attack it, then something should happen. He'll bend over on one knee. And that'll give us a chance to climb. Thankfully, he's got these platforms on his back, which makes me wonder how they evolved this way, but whatever, it doesn't matter, because they give us a place to rest. And we can continue climbing. Oh god, I'm gonna have to get used to this new AI. It looks very different from what I am used to, but still somewhat similar. And then if we get up here, we'll see the major sigil on his head. Reclaim my grip a little bit. Come on, buddy. I need you to bear with me for just a second as I stab you in the head. Yeah, I know it hurts. I'm sorry. But I need to do this to save my sister, maybe lover. One more stab should do it. And with this, Valis is defeated. And anyone who's familiar with the game knows this part. It's the black tentacles that try to touch you in really bad places! And with the first Colossus down, that'll mark the end of the first episode of Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. So, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and believe me, guys, this game's going to be quite the journey, and I hope you'll join me on the ride with it. So, on the next episode of Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus, we'll move on to take down the second of the Colossus. See you guys then.